In the following video, we will explain how to customize the HMI of a cycle. In particular, we are going to use the drilling cycle as an example. First, we are going to simplify the HMI, hiding inputs and giving them a default value. Afterward, we are going to change some input attributes, such as the name. Lastly, we are going to customize some styling properties. Before starting, you have to know how to open the files to edit with a code editor. In order to make real changes, it is necessary to open a code editor, such as Visual Studio Code for the website. Once in the code editor, we must open the directory where the cycle to customize is located. Normally, if the cycle has been deployed using the Fagor deployment tool, this directory will be OAM. The files to change are inside the directory. 1. Simplifying the HMI. Frequently, it is interesting to simplify the HMI, since some inputs have always the same value and we do not want to edit them. In order to do that, first, it is necessary to recognize what are the identifiers of the inputs to remove. This can be made using developer tools, which appear by pressing Ctrl, Shift and I keys. Then, choose the selection tool and click into the input to remove. You will see all the information about, such as the identifier or the styling properties that the element has. Now, navigate to the HTML code, identify the inputs and remove them. This will remove the inputs from the HMI. To conclude, remember to navigate to Cycles Manager file and define the default values of removed inputs. It is in this file where the parameters to be introduced in the corresponding subroutine are defined. Now, after reloading the HMI, by pressing Ctrl, Alt and R keys, you will view that ZS and DP named inputs do not appear in the HMI. But, if you insert the cycle by pressing Insert key, the inputs are included on the program with the defined value. 2. Changing input attributes. Sometimes, it could be interesting to customize the properties or attributes of an input. Some of them will be explained. It is possible to change the name of the label. Another property to change is the default value of the input. The number of decimals to display can also be customized. The pattern of numbers that the input matches can also be edited, by changing the associated pattern in the JavaScript code. Lastly, it is possible to define a customized help message. After reloading the HMI, you will see the results. The input name, the default value, the number of decimals and the help message have been customized. 3. Changing styling properties. In order to make styling adjustments, developer tools are very useful. They allow us to make live code changes in a preview environment, visualizing the result instantly. Using the selection tool, you can pick the elements to change, so you can view all the styling properties that the element has. In this case, we will make 3 changes. First, the font size of the first input, making it larger. Second, the width of the help image area, making it wider. Lastly, the background color of the geometry area. However, changes made in developer tools are not saved, so it is necessary to write them in the code. In order to do that, navigate to the HMTL code and add a new class to the input, called larger text. Then, navigate to the CSS code and define the properties for that class. Then, we will change the width of the help image container, in order to view it better. In this case, it is not necessary to add a new class, because already created one can be modified. Lastly, we will change the background color of the geometry container. For that purpose, we will define the CSS property in its class. Once the changes have been saved and the HMI reloaded, we will see the results. The desired input is displayed larger. The help image area is wider. And the background color of the geometry container is up to date.